Oh, y'all. Hi, it is Teeth. Good day. I hope all are well. Hope all are safe. Um, so I pretty much have had to, or I want to start over, because I have a current channel now, the Teeth Davenport 3, um, which is, that's really more of the speak your mind, the current events, you know, um, maybe the quote unquote shut up topics are, oh, you can't talk about this, you can't talk about that, or you get blocked for this. So that's basically what's happening right now. That's blocked for 7 days, so it's probably like 4 or 5 days in. So it should be back up and running by Friday. But in the midst of getting shut down, I opened this channel, the Judge Tease. But instead of me doing the whole judgment of the demons, it kind of did become a rant after. And then before you know it, I'm yelling on every video. So I was like, okay, that kind of, are the judgments, So it's like I say, I am in the process. I am still in the business of judging demons, but like I say, as far as this channel, I want to keep it professional on the professional judge end, versus the rants, So I'll try to keep it separate. Like, okay, if something happens on T Davenport 3, you know, I'm, I would want to. I don't want to say I would try not to. I would want to not bring it over here. Be so mad. Like now I'm yelling on the screen over here. So, yeah, I'm going to start over, new slate, and I'm like, okay, we're definitely still judging demons, but I don't want to. I don't want to let it get to me to where I'm, you know, yelling at demons and then yelling at YouTube, and then before you know it, it's like things aren't quite adding up to it. I'm like, hold on, this is. But anyway, yeah, there's a. Well, it was kind of like what it said, kind of. So it said that we're all. Well, the term is used, we're all whores, but it just depending on what part of you that's being sold. Yeah, I just kind of want to find a better word for it, but I guess it is what it is. But I know some people who are pretty much like being pimped like through their job. Like, oh, okay, I'm a quote unquote whore to my job, or quote unquote whore to maybe to material things, or I'm a whore to social media. I'm just a whore. Whatever the case may be. And I'm thinking that is very true. And I would say with me, as far as what I'm being pimped by, I would say the BS, definitely. Because sometimes it's like, okay, do you just talk about it and get pissed about it, or you do something about it? And most of the time I do get pissed about it. I mean, I'll do something about it, but it'll be deemed inappropriate or deemed it, frowned upon. But it's like, maybe it's like that's the problem. I don't want to speak for everyone, but it's like the acceptance of the abuse, because it's like, I mean, I don't accept it. I do try to nip it in the bud. Like I said, okay, they kicked you, they kicked him, and then think they were coming to kick me, and then it's like, okay, yeah, you do, it'll be something where it's like, yeah, you try to shit over here, so, but I would say, yeah, sometimes with the BS is, because it needs to be understood, and I don't want to say that I need to start making examples out of people, but it's like, it should be understood that, it's like certain things you just don't do, especially if it's, like unprecedented or unrequested, So it's like if it's one of the things where it's like, okay, now you just bothering or going out your way to bother me in particular, then it's like, okay, that's a violation, So, and then I would have to, talk myself down, because I'm like, yeah, stuff like that, like disrespect and abuse. I just have no respect for it. It does bother me because it's just like, to me that's predatory, And I don't have any respect for predators. I just don't like that preying and targeting the quote unquote vulnerable. But then again, playing the victim when the smoke, you know what I mean? When you'll get that, I thought you were an old lady, or I thought you were, a young person, and then they turn out to be, a killer or a wolf, or and then they wanna, I didn't see that one coming. But it's like, why would you target something you just think were weak? That's another thing too. People, they do target weaknesses. Like, they'll get more wings and more confidence with you crawled up into a ball versus you ready with your dukes up. They're not gonna be so so rah rah. When you got your got your stones for fists out, and not really gonna want the smoke versus you, oh, what, I don't want any trouble, or flinching. Yeah, then they're gonna get very confident off of that. And people do. They get confidence off weakness, or they feel like something. Oh, well, I know you're not armed, and I am. Now I have power over you. People they feed off of your weakness or vulnerability, so to speak. Which is, to me, that's still it's predatory. It's one thing. It's like, okay, if we're just in battle, I'm just catch you with your drawers down, or I'm just catch you when you least expect it. It's one thing if you're at war, but literally going out your way to target the weak, so to speak, then that to me, that's yeah, you should be put out of business for that. But and that's why it's good to be prepared, though, because like I say, you just never know what's going on outside. You never know who's you just never know who's who. You never know who's watching. You never know who's I don't know what they have. Like, people are just they're just so weird. These people are so effing weird these days, and like so weird to the point where I am not interested. I'm like, people disgust me, especially here. Like, if I don't ever see a person again, that'll be the greatest joy ever. Like, oh my goodness, people are just ugh. I don't know if it's a big city thing, because it's like, you see a bunch of people and it's like just a bunch of the same thing, and then a whole bunch of filth, and it's just ugh. It's just because especially when you got the majority fools, you get the majority of people who just want to do the wrong things, and it's just like ugh, just surrounded by idiots. It's just like that's why I strive to be under a rock or out the way. Like, the less people, to me, the better. I would rather be around. I don't even want to say one person, but I would rather be around one person versus a million of people. That have everything. No, God has a million of people. There at least one of those people will kill you. At least one of those people have disease. Well, at least one of those people are an agent. At least one of those people can't be trusted. And at least one of those people, no. Yeah, so too many odds. You get in the crowd. It's like one of them things. I don't have to know you from a can of paint, but I know at least one of y'all heard this. At least one of y'all heard that. Or at least one of y'all will do this. Or so no. Instead of me having to watch my back in the community, I'd rather just not be bothered. To me, it's not worth it. I don't need people. Like, literally, I don't. What do you, again, like, I never understood that. Why do people need to feel like they need to be out around people? Like, people are literally riddled with disease. People are just so literally like walking parasites, to say the least. And that's me being polite. Yeah, literally. I'm just like, ugh. Yeah, they're just so cringy. It's not. I don't even want to blame it on the humans, because it's not. It's demons, meat suits, people, or whatever you call these two-legged creatures. They're just. Yeah, but yeah, definitely a new dynamic, and it's a new day and age, and we really need to get our priorities together, get our mind out the clouds, and literally see what the hell's going on and believe what you see and hear, because it's like ignoring it and pretending that's really not going to help. If anything, that's just going to make it to where it's literally going to blow up in your face any time now. Yeah, so I'd say just prepare for every damn thing. And I guess if you do prepare for the worst, then you would be prepared for anything, I guess. But it's just, you just never know. And again, you'll think like, oh, okay, well, I just need to make sure I have my food and water. And then it's like, it's the damn disease that's coming, beating at your door right now. So it's like, you would think it'll be this and it'll be that. And you really won't know. So I guess just try to overall prepare for every damn thing. Like I said, I guess that would be preparing for the worst. Or, prepare for, just be ready for every damn thing, because any damn thing can happen, because there's no limits. Yeah. And then also, too, like, in the air, it's like either the air quality will seem like like really thick, like okay, thick with thick with contamination. Like oh, there's something definitely in the air. But then also too in the air is this like when the people are asleep. Cause like I said, I wouldn't necessarily assume people are asleep, but there's sometimes where it's just so quiet to where it's like it's almost eerily quiet. Because especially when you're used to the damn sound effects, and then when it gets quiet, I'm like, okay, it's quiet before the ruckus, you know, because it's, you know, you want to, you really want to enjoy, you know, beautiful places, but it's like, yeah, the beautiful things can be the most deadly things, you know, so it's like, you know, nice places, like I say, you're around people, you know, and creatures and demons, you just never know what they're up to. Oh. Yeah. Oh yeah, frequencies too. And vibrations. You know, it's good too, yeah, to have, you know, like like the literal vibrations, like maybe like with the bass or something about like shaking. And that's good too with like getting those. It has a lot to do with like the water and the waters in the body. You can yeah, like your vibrations will come from your water. And they literally like okay, it can go like the waves. Like that's where your waves so cool. It's really interesting. The body is so interesting. It's just a lot of it. Yeah, but yeah, that's good to, you know, good to work on vibes. You know, keep yourself high and above the BS. You know, because this chaos, it is mind blowing. Like, like I'm like literally like. But yeah, that's why I just wanna just stay back, stay chill, stay out the way, clear my mind, or at least try to, and you know, stay zen. You know, because it's like it's easy to be driven crazy out here. You know, so I just try to keep myself, and that's why I wanted to start over, you know, so I want to be like, you know, literally having a rampage every time I make a video. Yeah, so, yeah, I think right now, as of now, everything's pretty zen. And that's the goal, stay zen, you know, don't let any foolishness, you know, take you off the zen, because I like that the point is to be zen and calm, and not not yelling at the screen. All right, but I hope all are well, hope all are safe, and I shall. Oh, hold on, before I say I shall return. Oh yeah, there was one more thing that I had to say too. It's also said that most of the time when people make their reports, they'll make a complaint versus showing gratitude. So there's a line for a complaint. The line for the complaint was out the door. The line for gratitude was empty. So it's kind of like, are people quick to complain, or are they quick to say, okay, well, damn, I may not have this or that, but I'm glad for what I do have, you know? So I'm thinking that's the issue too. People, you know, maybe you don't, or people don't show gratitude enough, you know, and they'll think like, okay, well, I'm supposed to have this and that. I'm supposed to be here, there, and everywhere. And like I say, and I can tell you, even for me, I'm not exactly where I want to be, but I can tell you, the way I am, it's actually, I am grateful for it, because it's like, even just being able to wake up every day early, I'm like, okay, I have a routine of literally waking up early, and then just like to even be able to wake up, just like it just simply waking, I'm like, wow, this is beautiful, and to create my own comfort too, like, okay, if you want to lay up under the bed, or just sit under the heater, or just sit by the window, or just listen to the birds, or just chill in the garage, or just dick around all day. I appreciate that, because I'm like, oh my goodness, that's great to be able to virtually do what the hell you want to do, you know, within reason, yeah. So yeah, I'm actually very grateful, and I do show gratitude. I'm like, wow, every time I'm even having the ability to even lay down if I wanted to, like that's mind blowing to me. So yeah, like I can say with a straight face, I am very grateful for what I have, period, and what I have thus far. Like I'm just that's it's a wonderful thing. Yeah. Yeah, because honestly, I can say there is no lack. It's nothing worth like, oh, okay, well, I have this, and I may not have anything, but I do have this. Like, no, it's literally, I have no complaints. And like I said, even though I am not where I would like to be, I have no complaints. Yeah, none. I can't say, oh, I can't do this or I don't have that. Like, no. Yeah, I'm actually very, very favored, really. Very divinely favored. Very grateful as well, too. And like I say, just even the beautiful, beautiful sunshine in California. Like, just even be under the sun is beautiful because probably back at home it may be snowing. Everything is beautiful. All right, be safe.